Previously on Ballz.
Talking to Brandon at Top Odds.
Brandon Zogby.
Yeah, Brandon Zogby. Top Odds are going to help us with the show because I believe that sports betting can go a lot further in South Africa and can be a very lucrative avenue for people who love their sport.
Brandon.
Yes.
Hi, it's Darren and Neal Collins, the anchor of the brand new show called Bollockz on Ballz. And of course, today we also launch the partnership with tokodds.com.
That's correct. How are you guys?
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Hiya, Brandon.
All right. Fortunately, you're talking to two people, I think, who have dabbled. I don't know. Have you dabbled in sports betting?
I've dabbled a lot in
Yes,
sports.
Oh,
yes.
yes, definitely.
We both have. So we will
Definitely.
people that have dabbled a bit in sports betting. But Top Odds, first of all, welcome on board. It's great to have you guys on board with us. Just to let people know, if you want to find the Top Odds website, it's tokodds.com. That's ODDS. Use and put Zs in every now and again to us. I don't think we're going to change branding. But also there's a link from our website as well. Just click on the button, takes you straight through to your front page, which we're looking at live on air right now. And I thought just to launch it today, it'll be a great opportunity to find out exactly what it is that Top Odds does, because it's not necessarily one single bookmaker or betting company. You guys aggregate a whole lot of information from various sources, right?
Yes, that's correct. Generally, the concept of Top Odds is to, afford the punter information at his fingertips. I mean, he can sit down, all the bookies, or the top bookies in the country. He basically has all the information in terms of sporting markets, betting, live odds that are going on at the moment. So at the click of a button, he can basically, get the best odds in the country from some of our top bookies.
So do you pick and choose basically what you feel are the best odds, or do you kind of assimilate everything together, put it together and say this is what you get from these guys, or you can have that from these guys, and these are some of the sort of exotic bets that these guys are offering?
Basically, all markets that our bookmakers on Top Odds offer, we offer as well. And what it does is it will highlight in a certain color which bookmaker is offering the best price with regards to that particular market. Okay. So, for example, I mean, you can go to the first test, the Australians versus the British Lions, which happens on Saturday. You guys can click on there. You can see who's offering the best spread in terms of the game. So, if you guys like Australia, to give the Lions a bit of a hiding, which I doubt.
Which we hope, but we doubt.
100%. There you can have a look and see that Australia at -3. I think Betting World are offering -4.
Okay, let's hold on a second.
So you have an option.
Let's just help people navigate through the website. And what do you need me to do, Maz? Yeah, no, I know where it is. I'm going to go there right now. If you are watching and listening, we're going to navigate through your website just so that people know what. Now, do we have to put our username and password in before we can navigate, or can we navigate?
You don't.
That's fantastic. All right, so we're clicking on rugby. Down the left is the main menu, which gives you all the various sports you can take bets on. And I think we'll ask you in a moment how exotic or how left field some of these bets can come, because I think Mr. Collins in particular and I have been discussing one with Ethiopia.
Yeah, there's that one.
But let's stick with rugby for a moment, because that's one of the big events coming up this weekend, and that's why it's fabulous that it's going to be happening on a Thursday, because literally we can start climbing in from Super Rugby on a Friday and so on and so forth. So click on Rugby Union, and then we click on the Lions Tour on the MTN Top Odds site, and Future Lions Tour, 80-minute betting, Australia versus British and Irish Lions, or first test. You can click on either of those, right?
That's correct.
All right, let's click on the 80-minute betting.
Okay, so
carry on.
Yeah, you guys should see now. In terms of the market opening in front of you, you'll see there are 3 bookmakers currently offering betting on that market. It's still a little bit early in the week, so the rest of them might come out later this afternoon.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you'll see the best price offered on Australia at the moment to win the game in 80 minutes is provided by Betting World.
Yeah.
You can see it's highlighted in green at 31 to 20. So if you were a punter there, you should have a look. If you like Australia to win the match, a good bet is Australia plus 4.5 on the spread in terms of what Betting World are offering.
Okay.
So yeah, it just gives you a lot of information in terms of each market, each fixture, and gives you a little bit of an option, as a punter, as opposed to being tied down to one offer.
Okay.
But Brandon, if I told you Johnny Wilkinson is about to board a plane to Australia, having been cruelly left out at the age of 32 for this tour where he won the World Cup in Sydney, then obviously the odds would drop.
I don't know so much. Maybe Johnny's a little bit past it.
Right.
It's going to be a bit of it's going to be a level up from the Heineken Cup. So
yeah, I think Jake in the Brumbies shook a lot of British people. Yeah. Yeah.
So now,
I wouldn't read too much into that result. I wouldn't read too much into that. I think the lines will be ready.
Yeah, there was a dirt
ready
tracker.
come Saturday, and I think the Wallabies will get a bit of a hiding.
All right. The Lions squad, by the way, was announced on this morning at a press conference. So a very, very strong forward pack, I must admit. One or two. Corbicero has been included at prop as well, which is a surprise selection amongst a lot of people.
Very popular in the Guinness. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, Brandon, and that is, now, if you do want to get involved, so you would then click on one of these betting aggregators. So if you decide you want to go with Betting World's odds, then you click on their logo.
That's correct, and it should direct you to the Betting World website. Excuse me, where you can open an account if you don't have one already.
All right.
And then, strike your bet.
It's as simple as that. So you don't necessarily actually bet directly with Top Odds. You just go through Top Odds, and then it'll take you to it gives you the selection. You pick the one that you want, and then you just basically take your bet with them, either register with them, open an account, and go ahead and play.
That's correct.
Fantastic.
Easy as that.
I see the Vodacom Durban July betting is also up. There's a banner there for the British and Irish Lions tour. So very simple. That's how it all works.
Yeah. I'm just going to rest this program back to football. But, I mean, the Lions tour is fascinating for all of us. But, Brandon, the first thing I did, and I think any football fan today looking at the Confederations Cup, is looking at Tahiti, this tiny island just 5,000 miles west of Australia.
Sorry, Brandon, before how can African football be listed under other?
Sometimes it just depends on the feed that we get. That generally gets corrected.
So,
because the seasons have closed at the moment, when the soccer season in South Africa does start, there will be a category for RSA.
So at the moment, Ethiopia, the whole qualifies for the World Cup. Where would that be, under international or other?
That would be under. It should come through under Soccer International.
Okay, we're going to click on that one.
Because it's an international market.
Carry on.
It should be there.
Yeah, that's, I'm navigating with Darren Brandon through this. I found Spain versus Tahiti very easily. It is the game for any sports bettor. And as I say, in the UK, we've been doing this for a long time. We look at this game and we look at this number 135, lost 5-1 to Nigeria. Unbelievable opening game for them to have to play against a Nigeria side, fresh from all kinds of bonus scandals, arriving late, and they lose. Now they've got to play the world champions, very impressive in their opening game against Uruguay. Spain had 75% of the possession, the highest percentage of possession ever in a Confed game. Against Uruguay. What are they going to do against Tahiti? And I see here you've got 500 to 1 on the draw, but only 125 to 1 according to World Sports Betting for Tahiti to win. It's almost like you get better odds on them to draw, I suppose, because no one's betting on Tahiti to win. That must be it.
Yes, yeah. You see, in terms of what the bookies are holding with regards to particular markets, that might affect their betting. But I'd like to draw your attention to the exotic market that we've got there in terms of the. It's the handicap results.
Yes.
So then, you guys should fancy Spain at -7 goals.
That's
17 to 20.
And then we're talking, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So I don't know how much of a hiding you think they're going to get.
My prediction yesterday was 8-1. Yeah. So 7 would be exactly the kind of position I'd find a handicap bet to take.
Sorry, did you say 500 to 1 is 50 to 1 on a draw? 50 to 1 on a draw. 500 to 1 on Spain. 1 to 500 on Spain winning, and Tahiti 125 to 1 on there. That's actually quite short odds. I would have thought somewhere in the thousands, because it's not going to happen.
I think one of the bookies before tonight will come out with a huge odds on Tahiti to win, because it's a pretty safe bet, and it becomes almost a novelty bet when you've got a game like this.
All right, so it's very easy, very simple. That's how you can go through Top Odds, and basically takes you to every single of your top bookmakers or betting companies. You can call them bookmakers, right?
Yes. That's
all right, cool. I'm not quite sure on the lingo internally on what is accepted and what isn't. On your top bookmakers that are all on the Top Odds site, and find the various odds on the various events. One more I'm going to go through before we let you go, Brandon, and it'd be nice to get Brandon or one of your guys on every week, Neal, while we're in this hour, so that when you talk about football and various things, you can actually then go to them and say, all right, well, what are you offering on that, and maybe even take a little bit of a flutter every now and again.
Yeah, well, that would be exactly the kind of thing. I mean, I know that's how TalkSport works in a lot of the stuff that they do in Britain, the sports radio in Britain. And also, I mean, I've developed a reputation in this country as being the white sangoma and an octopus, which is completely unfounded because it's pure guesswork. But I did manage to get 3-0 against Car right and 3-1 against Bollockz, but I didn't get Ethiopia right. It might be taken away retrospectively. But yeah, no, I'm more than happy to and enthusiastic about finding out the odds on some of the big South African games before we go into the weekend on a Thursday morning on Bollockz, getting someone to tell us, look, you put a fiver on Pirates to beat Swallows this week and we'll give you 40 back. That's the kind of plan that I'm looking at.
Okay, perfect. That's cool.
Great stuff.
Just one I want to ask you on the BMW's first professional tournament for Brandon Stone today, and I see he's already gone 2 under after 4 the last time I heard, which is a hell of a start for him. Where now, if you want, because I'm having a look at your BMW International Round 1, I see you offer.
Okay, well let me just jump in there quickly.
Yeah.
Explain to you how the golf works. I know exactly what you're going to ask. When the round tees off, okay, generally the bookmakers will suspend betting.
Okay.
So you won't get outright betting market because the round's already started.
All right.
So what they're offering there is they're showing you the round 1 3 balls that are yet to tee off. And offering you betting on those amongst those 3 golfers. So if you look at Wattle, Montgomery, and Lowry, you will get betting for one of those 3 golfers to win their particular 3 ball. But because the tournament is teed off already, the suspended betting will only open tonight.
For the second round.
Bet outright
or for the outright, okay. That's so correct. They'll adjust the odds depending on how someone's done. So if I wanted to get something on, because I saw somebody had actually taken a bet on Brandon Stone at 200 to 1 to win this. One of our followers and one of Brandon's big supporters. So if you wanted to take a bet now on Brandon Stone, could you go through your website, or do you basically go through your website and then click on one of the bookmakers and see what they're offering? So in other words, do they offer betting and running?
Yeah, they do. The trend is for golf is generally on the Saturday. Once they've finalised in terms of the cut, then they'll open betting, live betting as the round commences. It generally works with regards to when the tournament is televised, and then the bookies will generally open. So generally your last round, or sometimes they include the second last round where you can bet in running. But generally, if you click on any of the bookies icons, they generally have a contact us, and if you call into their call center, they can quote you in running if they're not offering it on the website. You
can negotiate with the respective bookmakers on getting a bet
on
if you wanted one of those. Fantastic. Just a final one from my side. Would you find any of your contributors or bookmakers that are on your site that would actually offer bets like, for instance, will Ethiopia get docked 6 points, 3 points, or nothing after the protest?
Generally they list that under special events. If you'll see on the left-hand side.
Yep, I'm there. Click on that right now.
I mean, there's nothing pulling through at the moment because bookies generally change that at will. Okay. So, but you can always call in and ask for a quote on a particular market. I know sometimes they bet, if it's going to snow over Christmas, etc. Those markets just come in and out as the bookies.
If an Englishman's going to win Wimbledon.
100%.
Or a Scotsman.
Things like that. impossible things like
impossible.
that.
Yeah, that was quoted longer odds than the Second Coming for a long time, and I think it still is.
And it was much easier to get a bet on an alien landing. Yeah. I know.
All right, well, Arsenal winning a trophy this year. Yeah, I think that's also out there somewhere. Hey, Brandon, listen, it's great to have you guys on board at Top Odds. So thank you very much for chatting to us. We look forward to maybe chatting to you every week, or maybe you guys share it around your office. It's always nice when we got you on the line. So if there are any questions, we can also ask. But literally, I mean, if you go to the Top Odds website, you can click through from our website at ballz.co.za. Otherwise, just go to topadds.com. Remember, it's odds with an S. We'll speak to Anthony about maybe changing that sometime. But topadds.com. And it's all there. It's very simple. We've been navigating while you guys have been chatting about the various sports. And it literally is everything from soccer, cricket, darts, golf, ice hockey, lotto numbers, motorsport, rugby league, rugby union, all the soccer
cage fighting at the bottom, mate.
Well, it's not called cage fight. It's UFC, which is one of the fastest growing sports around.
Yeah, so cage fighting.
UFC and MMA, mixed martial arts fighting, are down there as well. You can take bets on all of those. Click on those. Have a look at the odds the various bookmakers are offering. It's all through one place. It's fantastic. Topadds.com. And we'll chat to you guys soon. Thanks a lot for being on board.
Perfect. Thanks a lot,
Cheers, Brandon. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Brandon.
Cheers. Bye.
Here we go. Click on our website at ballz.co.za and you will find the button there on the right-hand side. Our brand new partners here with Bollockz, the show, every Thursday between 11 and 12. We'll talk about all the betting on the various events.
This is Ballz Visual Radio.